Good morning, good morning. Okay, you have to see. She won't stop licking me. I think she knows I'm going to Italy. She won't stop licking me. Say hello. Hello, millionaire of the diamonds. Hello. Too funny. I'm Maria Mariano. Welcome to the podcast, The Millionaire of the Diamonds. So if this is your first time joining us, remember this. This is not an inspirational podcast. This is not a motivational podcast. This is a podcast where you're going to be transformed. It's taking information and not making it temporarily, oh, that was a good idea. No, no, no. This podcast is about becoming the best version of yourself. This podcast is to become the person that you need to become to achieve your next level of success. A little bit like you go to high school and you don't like working at minimum wage. Then the question is, who do you have to become to achieve more money? So you go to CJEP or you go in a trade. And let's say now you don't like that and you don't like that paycheck. Then the question is, who do you have to become to achieve even more? So somebody like Sylvain, who does the podcast on Mondays and Tuesdays, he went to university and became a teacher. So now he's earning double the money he was learning. So this is what this podcast is about, because your future doesn't change because you just learn something more. It's going to change because you've transformed who you are. You have to become that person. And today, my friends, oh my God, indecision. The conversation today is going to be about how indecision is one of the elements that kills people's future. So please embrace yourself. And I'm going to leave you in the hands of Marie-Pierre, because you're going to want to share this podcast with anybody you know that is super indecisive. Like they go to a restaurant and they're literally looking at the menu for 15 minutes before they actually make a decision. Then the waitress comes, Marie-Pierre, and go, oh, no, 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 no. Finally. So they make a decision and they change rapidly their decision. And now what happens when they get the food? They're unhappy and they say, I should have stuck to what I usually or. Mm. So, Marie-Pierre, I think there's a lot of people they're going to be sharing this podcast with. So, just before we go on, thank you, Jacqueline, for being with us. I think it's going to be a very powerful podcast. Start sharing. Lise is with us. Thank you for being here. Louise, Sherry Novak, Sherry, Indecision, you got me, girlfriend. You've got me, okay? And we have Kendra. Good morning, Kendra. And good morning, my beautiful friend, Olga, who's been with me, I think, 10 years now. So, Marie-Pierre, over to you. Who should we share this podcast with?
Yes, so it's time to share. So you will see the arrow just beside where you write your comments, so you can share on every social media platform. And you have a text in the comment that you can also copy paste when you share so
Hello.
people
Hello.
understand.
I'm Benji, Bella's sister. Okay. Am I disturbing you? Oh,
No, 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 no. Okay, so but when you have someone in mind that really needs to hear the podcast, the best way to make sure they will listen is to send it by messenger, to send it by text message. So when you click on the arrow, you can send it by to one person at a time too. So there's two ways that you can share on every social media platform, and by a text or messenger. And then of course we have our contest, Les Millionnaires de Diamant. So first, when you go on our Facebook group, Les Millionnaires de Diamant is personal group. Every time you post, every time you comment, every time you react on the group, you gain points during the month to be in the top 10 contributor. And at the end of the month, the official top 10 get a voucher to go shop on the boutique Les Millionnaires de Diamant. And here's our official top 10 for the month of June.
that's what I was excited for.
So number 10 for the month of June, we have Micheline Turmel. Number 9, the page Motivation. Number 8, Linda Casava.
Again.
Number
Thank
7,
you.
Sherino.
Wait. Thank you, page Motivazione. I wonder who's in charge of that page. I don't know. We have to look. Jacqueline, go check.
Number 7, Sherry Novak. Number 6, Nathalie Brochu. Number 5, Nadia Bonham. Number 4, Kenra Siffingasol. Number 3, Lise Boucher. Number 2, Louise Gauthier. And number 1, Martinez. So coronation to our top 10 for the month of June. And then we have a draw every month. So every time that you go on our boutique Limiana Dema, when you place your order, when you receive your order, you take a picture and you post on social media and you tag Limiana Dema. And then with the books Limiana Dema, again, when you receive another book or you're reading another book or you're doing one of the quiz books, you're using an agenda, you always take a picture and you post and you tag Limiana de Dema. And our winner for this month, for June, that tag Limiana de Dema with one of the products, we have Chantal Obey. Congratulations! Woo! So again, now we are in month of July, so it start over. And at the end of the month, we're gonna do the draw and our official top 10. And just before I leave you with Maria, of course, it's still time to get your ticket to be with us for the conference. So
Yes.
there's still some place, so make sure that you click on the link and you get your ticket. It's a virtual conference, so even if the time is not right for you, you can watch it in hashtag replay. We call it. So you're gonna receive the link after the conference, so you can watch it in replay if you cannot be with us. But of course, we want to see your face on the Zoom or maybe in person if you want to be in the studio with us. There's still a few places. There in English, I think there's 2 places left for the
It's
French.
nice, eh? It's nice. And I'll be joining you from La Costiera Amalfitana. Okay, let's begin right away, right? Let's begin right away. I want to say good morning to Martin. I was wondering where you were, Martin. Beth is with us. Good morning. And I also saw with us this morning. Where's James? Yes, that's it. I was going to put his face on a milk carton. Welcome. Okay, so guys, you got to listen to this podcast. I need you to lean in and really take notes. So we're going to begin with this. Imagine you're driving and suddenly the road splits into two directions. Okay. One road goes left, the other one goes right. Instead of choosing, you stop the darn car right in the middle. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 1 hour later, the people choosing left are moving, the people choosing right are moving. But you're still sitting in the middle of the road. And here's the irony: the greatest danger wasn't you choosing the wrong road, the greatest danger was you never moving at all and risking to get banged into. Like, oh, this is so good. I'm going to give you another example. You're not 100% sure, right? But you made a decision. Was it perfect? No, it wasn't. Did you adjust? Absolutely. But imagine if I had spent 40 years of my life asking, should I do Tupperware or should not I do Tupperware? Imagine that. Imagine for a second. When I made that decision at 18 years old to start Tupperware, that was it. I made my bed and I slept on it and I made sure it worked. So basically, what Napoleon Hill says is successful people decide quickly, change slowly. Average people decide slowly, but change quickly. They go from one decision to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next, and nothing is ever done. I've watched people change companies, MLMs, every 6 months. And then they always have something negative to say about the last MLM. They don't realize there's only one common denominator. It's called them, right? Jobs, they change jobs every year. They start diets every Monday. Business ideas every single. Got all these ideas. The problem isn't that they chose the wrong thing. The problem is they never stayed anywhere long enough to succeed. So when you look at my Tupperware career, which is impressive, like even me, when I look back, I go, it's impressive. It's just the power of consistency and the compounded effect. So you can relate this to people going to the restaurant, like I said in the opening. You can relate this to watching Netflix, where you're spending actually 50 minutes trying to figure out what to watch next. You're creating so much indecision fatigue, so much anxiety. I'll start on Monday. I'll start after the vacation. I'll start in September. I'll start January 1st. The calendars keep changing, but you know what? There's one person that's not knowing anything, and that is us, right? So This is what this podcast is about today, okay? Everybody has business idea. The one who succeeds is the one who's going to stick to one and drive it to the nth degree. My son right now is developing a business idea, and all I keep telling him is nano, the namo, keep going, just keep going, just keep going, just keep going. Because I keep telling him it has nothing to do with talent succeeding, Hamid. It has to do with perseverance, consistency, relentlessness. All the ideas are great. All the ideas are great. So all I want you to do is stand on that dock, okay? And you want to learn to swim, I understand, but you're not going to learn to swim by reading books. You're not going to learn to swim by watching videos. You're not going to learn to swim by buying the best swimsuit. You're not going to learn to swim like the Olympic swim. Just jump in and figure it out. Okay, have somebody there to guide you, to coach you, and figure it out. So there's three basic rules to make a better decision. Rule number one: if the decision is reversible, make it quickly. Okay, so don't waste your time. Just make it quickly. Rule number two: don't confuse more information with progress. A lot of people are addicted to more information. That does not equal progress. Sometimes more information is simply creating a lot more fear in you. Okay. Rule number three: once you've decided, give it enough time to work. Don't dig up the seed every morning to say, is it growing? Is it growing? Is it growing? Is it? No, exactly. So today, what I want is for you to make one simple decision and stop postponing it. So for those in my multi-level marketing, make the decision to do 5 posts of sales today. Okay. Or make the decision to do X, Y, Z. Make a decision, not a big decision, something small enough that you will have the courage to throw yourself down the nest and to flap your wings before you hit the asphalt, right? Just make a decision big enough that it's going to challenge you, but small enough that it really won't paralyze you. So, before we go into a little bit more the science of this element that would have been Melanie Miller's part, but today she's babysitting. Okay, I want to close off with this. Indecision. Remember, you don't change your life when you know more. You change your life when you decide more. Now, we're going to go into the fascinating part of indecision, where it stems from, the science. So it's going to complete this, right? So your brain wasn't designed simply to achieve goals. If you're living in, so important to write this down. Your brain wasn't designed simply to achieve goals. It was designed to seek meaning. You see, when we're born, we are born with a mission. Now, I was telling Ricky Morin this morning, I was saying to her, I said, the problem with human beings, and I don't even know why I was talking to her about that. Maybe it's because of the documentary that, anyways, the one thing I realized about myself, and if I look back to my parents, they made one decision and they stuck by it. But thanks to the podcast today, I also understand why they were able to do that. And then I found this, right? Research in psychology consistently show that people who connect their daily action to a meaningful purpose demonstrate greater resilience. And I said that's what it was with my parents. Okay. They had such a deep in-ground purpose of breaking the chains of poverty, of allowing their next family, their children, to start on their shoulders, that was what made their capacity to deal with difficulties very easily. That's what made them have more resilience, right? When there's no purpose, every obstacle feels like, I can't do this anymore. I'm going to stop. When there's purpose, now remember this is part of last week's podcast. When there's purpose, every obstacle is surmountable. Every obstacle, my brain is going, okay, how are we going to climb over this hurdle? When there is no purpose, There is no capacity to see what is possible. And not only that, we're going to connect it today. So it's all the 30 elements we're going to be covering that need to stick together. Purpose is number one. Purpose will bring us, when we have purpose, will bring us to less decision fatigue. You see, this is what is important. Every single day, your brain makes thousands of decisions, thousands. What should I wear? What should I eat? Should I answer the email? Should I work out? Without a clear purpose, every one of these decisions are hard. Every one of these decisions brings us back to zero. Every one of these decisions requires enormous mental energy. But when your purpose is clear, and mine is, many decisions have already been made before I started my day. Everything is aligned, right? So instead of asking, do I feel like doing this today? I ask rather, does this move me towards my purpose? And for me, it's helping people live their dream life. Purpose simplifies decision making. Write that down. Purpose simplifies decision making. Write it down. Purpose is clear, decisions are easy. Purpose is clear, decisions are easy. And when decision making becomes simpler, your mental energy becomes more available for creativity, becomes more available to build meaningful relationships, becomes more available to lead people on the path to success. And this is what this podcast is about. And you're going to love the 30 reasons people fail in life, right? And when decision making becomes more simpler, what else is happening? You never second question yourself. Never, ever, ever. And there can be 1,000 people saying, we must do this. And you're the only one that's able to say, go ahead, but I'm choosing to do this. If you want to separate yourself from the masses, you got to be a decision maker. You want to be a decision maker, you have to have purpose. You don't have purpose, hop on somebody else's purpose. So here I am in Tupperware with a very deep grounded purpose. Annie Marchand has no purpose, comes from somewhat comfortable beginnings, very different from the way I was raised. She just loved my purpose. So she hopped on my bandwagon of the purpose of helping people live their dream lives. And through my purpose, she's living her dream life, because the majority of people won't have this deep grounded purpose, which is normal. You don't have 100 million Martin Luther Kings. You have one. But many Black people in the Black community hopped on his purpose still today, and look at the progress they have made. This is what it's really, really, really about. So always ask yourself, what is my purpose? And is everything I am going to do, what I'm going to do right now, what I'm going to do next, is it aligned with my purpose? And that will help you make the right decision. So I don't think, oh, do I want orange juice? Do I want to drink a Diet Coke? No, my purpose is to be healthy. It's water, 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 or water. You say boring? No, I say consistency. You see, I don't ask myself, oh, what am I going to eat? It's very clear. Healthy food, clean food. And Marie-Pierre was with me Tuesday night. You saw what I ordered, right? Lamb chops, vegetables, right? Like, it's so simple. When the purpose is there, decision becomes so easy. So give yourself a deadline, make decisions that are aligned. Number two, many decisions can be adjusted along the way, so don't try to be perfect. And number three, build the habit of making small decisions but quickly. So little tiny things. You go to a restaurant, don't even open the menu. What do you recommend? Give me that. Don't even open the menu. Try a little bit of that and trust the process. Trust the process. Now we're going to have a reflection of us in the mirror, and that's going to be Marie-Pierre. Thank you, Marie-Pierre. Over to you.
Yes. Okay. So we continue with the quiz today because we realize that the problem is not the making the wrong decision, but the problem is being so afraid of making the wrong choice that we stop making choices altogether. So we're waiting, and then life keeps moving, and opportunity passes, people move on, and times continue. And then one day you look back and say, what if I just started? Just simply started. So the quiz is not to ask if we are doing good or bad decision, but it's about asking what where is that indecision that quietly slow your life. So for each question you can answer A, B, or C, and I will give you the details. So again, answer honestly because you want to don't answer based on what you wish that you did, but something that you most sound most like you, so you can have a better idea of where you are right now so you can make the adjustment to grow. So let's start with question number one. So you say that you want to start the exercising and it's been months that you say, okay, it's something that I need to do. So do you A, you choose a day and begin even if it's not perfect? B, you make a plan, but you often postpone starting. Or C, you keep telling yourself that you will start when life settles down. Question number two. Now it's time to make an important purchase. So do you A, gather enough information, decide and move forward? B, spend a lot of time comparing options? Or C, research so much that you often don't buy anything? Question number three. You know that you need to have a difficult conversation. So what do? A, you prepare and you have it. B, you wait for the right moment. Or C, you avoid it as long as possible. Question number four. Now you have a mistake that happens. So what do you do next? A, you adjust and keep moving. B, you question whether you made the right decision. Or C, you become afraid of making another decision. And question number five. How often do you repeat, oh, I'll start on Monday, and then you start on Monday, and then next week I'll start on Monday? So A, rarely, B, sometimes, or C, very often. So did you get mostly A's, mostly B's, or mostly C's? So if you have it mostly A, you are the decisive action taker. So you understand that perfect decision don't exist. So progress comes from making thoughtful decision, learning, adjusting, and continuing forward. So yes, but you want to watch us don't become impatient because sometimes important decision deserves thoughtful reflection before action. Now, if you have mostly B's, you are the careful thinker. So you like making informed decisions. So that's a strength, but you don't act impulsively. But make sure that be careful that preparation doesn't quietly become procrastination. Because sometimes one more opinion is simply fear of wearing a different outfit. So your next level is trusting yourself a little sooner. And then if you have it mostly C, you are the hesitator. So you may be allowing fear of making the wrong decision to stop you from making any decision. So remember, life doesn't wait. Every day you postpone an important decision, you're also postponing the life that decision could create. So the good news is that confidence isn't something that you wait for, but it's something that you build one decision at a time. So 3 points to help you become more decisive. Number one, practice small decision. So just like we said, confidence is not something that you wait for. It's one decision at a time. So practice small decision, maybe to choose your meal faster, choose a workout, choose a priority, but stop overthinking all those small things. So small decision will build that confidence for the bigger ones. Number two, give yourself a deadline. So don't let important decisions live in your mind forever. Ask yourself by when will I decide? And then you honor that deadline. That will really help you to stop being in that indecisive moment. And number three, accept that every decision will teach you something. Not every decision will be perfect, but every decision will teach you something. So the lesson is often more valuable than that certainty that you have the right decision. So accept that you will learn something maybe because it was a good decision, maybe because it was a bad decision, but you will learn in the process. So you don't want to ask yourself, oh, what if I make the wrong decision? Ask yourself, what is the cost of never making that decision? Because the greatest danger is not choosing the wrong road, but it's spending your life just being part in the middle of the intersection while everyone else keep moving and you're just saying, do I go forward? Do I go turn right? Do I turn left? So just and take the decision and go. So you will see that just to with those small decisions, you will become more decisive day by day. So on that, we wish you a beautiful day and we'll see you tomorrow morning. Bye everyone.